Hello and welcome to Veggie Patch Ideas. Today it's all about the tomato, and this time of year pretty much every gardener has a crack at growing tomatoes. Now there are certain things you must adhere to, so the golden rules for growing tomatoes, and they look a little bit like this. So number one is choosing the correct variety for your area, your country, or wherever you happen to be growing. Because if you're in a small garden, let's say, you may want to grow cherry tomatoes in a container or hanging baskets, and that's fine. So choose a nice cherry tomato or a tumbling tom, which will sit pretty in a hanging basket and look good throughout the summer. Or you could be in a big polytunnel like this and want to grow different varieties. So we have room in here to have 4 or 5 different varieties, and then choose which is the best one. Or you could be in an area which has suffered with a lot of blight. Now you can get blight resistant tomatoes, so choose your variety carefully, and if you pick the right one, it will go on and give you that perfect season. And if you live in an area with a very short growing season, choose an early ripening variety, kick it off now, and hopefully you'll see a beautiful harvest later on. Now next up is having the correct soil, and there's no right or wrong answer. A good multi-purpose compost will do. So get your seed tray and we'll do it along together, and we'll have a little follow along. So fill your seed tray. Just like so. And we have here some beefsteak tomatoes. Now I love growing beefsteak. They are super expensive at the supermarket, but if you grow your own, you have an abundance of beautiful large tomatoes for a little bit of effort. So they're very stingy on this seed pack. I'll struggle to fill a seed tray here. So what we got? We've got about 10 seeds. That's all I'm getting. Well, that was disappointing, and we'll name and shame this company. They're from Asda. So don't get your seeds from Asda. 75 pence there. Sprinkle some dirt over the top and flatten it down. Now these will need a lid on to start with to keep that humidity in. We'll give it a water first, clearly, and then these will need to go onto the heat. Now it's nice and warm in here today, but it has been bitterly cold. There was a hard frost this morning. So I'll put this on a heated tray, and we'll want it to the temperature of over 20 degrees for a good germination. If you can't get 20 degrees, stick it on a radiator, a sunny windowsill. It will just take longer to germinate. Now once the tomatoes have germinated and they're all up singing the praises and looking for the sunlight, it's time to put them under grow lights, or if you're near a March, probably just the extended season will do. But for this early in the season, I like to put them onto grow lights and out of the heat once they've germinated. Now tip number 3 is, what size seed tray do you use? Now you can use these small ones and these are fine, or you can use a larger one. Now the reason I go for the larger seed tray on generally sowing most tomatoes is because I don't then need to prick them out. I can just let them grow on and let them get really tall, and then plant them into the ground or into a larger pot only once. However, if I use a smaller seed tray, I'll let them get to about this tall, about 4 inches. Then I'll need to pop them on and then pop them on again. So it's a bit of a time saver. So that's why I generally go for the larger seed tray when sowing tomatoes, or peppers when it comes to that. So number 4, when you plant your tomatoes into the final growing position, make sure they get plenty of airflow. That's the key to a very good crop. Keep the plant nice and light, trim it back, keep on pruning it so the light can get in to ripen those fruits and the airflow can come in to stop those diseases. And again, if you're in a polytunnel or greenhouse, make sure those pollinators can get inside somehow. So maybe plant alongside some basil or some marigolds. Leave the doors open throughout the summer. Let those bees come in, pollinate those beautiful tomato flowers and expect that beautiful harvest. So number 5, and this is quite important as well, once the plants go in, and if you haven't prepped the soil, so if you haven't dug in a lot of organic matter, you're going to need to help that plant put on all of that growth. So we're talking leaves to start with, so we want a high nitrate feed, so something like a liquid seaweed will do, or some bloodfish and bone in there, just to boost that plant's health and get it on the way. But don't go too heavy on that. Just kickstart it, and then as the plant matures and it starts to then grow those flowers, a switch or a high potassium feed, which is just your general tomato feed, which you can buy in pretty much every shop. And once the flowers appear, I then start feeding every couple of weeks, and it's as simple as that. Tick it over, keep it pruned, let the air and the light get into it, and then you'll have those sweet tasting tomatoes. And remember guys, water consistently, so they don't like being watered intermittently. So keep a consistent watering regime. In the morning is better if you can. And the plants will then produce. Thanks for watching, and like always, we'll see you on the next one.